Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagwan, I pray to him that he showers all his blessings upon all you office bearers of the state of Karnataka. At the outset, I must apologize to my brother Nagesh Dhakappa for not keeping my word and being present physically there with you. But in some ways, if this message reaches you, I would have done my duty partially, at least in terms of keeping my word. Dear brothers and sisters, I sincerely wanted to be with you, but due to exigencies of time and other assignments, I am not able to be with you today. The loss seems to be entirely mine. But I am sure with all your love, you will forgive me for this, and I promise that in some time in future, I'll try and be with you again. Dear brothers and sisters, you've been very fortunate to have been led all these years with the absolute experience, devotion and love of Brother Nagesh Dhakappa, who is the State President of Karnataka. I also stand in awe of all the senior members of the Sai organization who have led it till now to this stage. Brother Gangadhar Shetty, whom I adore as a father figure, and I will always remember him for his humility and his unconditional love for Bhagwan. I know many faces whose names probably I do not know, whom I have seen in Brindavan, taking a lead role and carrying the mission further. I pay my respects to all of them. Many of them, I understand, may not be with us today. Brindavan and Karnataka holds a very special place for me, dear brothers and sisters, because my journey with Sai began at Brindavan. When as a young man I came with a constitution book in my hand, was blessed by Bhagwan. And the first energy that was infused by Bhagwan into this small, innocuous persona that was sitting in the lines at the Brindavan for darshan transformed him. And with his grace, and merely as his instrument, I stand here before you today. Brindavan has many memories as life with Swami went on. And therefore, I see Karnataka as a very important ingredient in the divine mission. Karnataka, apart from Andhra Pradesh, has been a state where Bhagwan has showered a lot of his love and spent a lot of his time with the devotees of Karnataka. And you, collectively, as an organization and as a body of devotees, have done wonders in the Sai mission. And I acknowledge that fact today, standing here. Brother Nagesh Dhakappa has been a good friend. In fact, I remember spending many days cycling from Brindavan to the Joy Ice Cream factory with his younger brother, whom I have not met for many years now. And therefore the Dhakappa family has a very close feeling in my heart. I had an occasion to visit the schools in your state. I had an occasion recently to go to Dharwad. And the amount of love that I have seen from the devotees of Karnataka has been a very humbling experience for me. I saw the intensity of their devotion to Bhagwan. I have been impressed by the conviction that they have in the message of Bhagwan. And I've seen the high levels of sacrifice that each one of you is capable of in the cause of the divine mission. These are great assets that the state of Karnataka has. But then, there are always challenges in life, dear brothers and sisters. I know that the passing away of the divine form of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba has created many ripples in the state of Karnataka. There have been many other instances where confusion has been confounded galore. And people are asking questions, which is the right way, which is the wrong way. Let me address this issue straight away first. We have known our Divine Master as the Master of the universe. We have known him to tell us that he dwells in the heart of each one of us. In fact, just today morning I was hearing a discourse given by him in 2009, when he said that the only reality is divinity present in each one of us. Even the forms have limited use. In fact, in that discourse, Swami says that the forms are deluding, they are illusions, they will vanish, as the form of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba did. But what needs to be done by you and me is to have this great conviction as ensconced in our hearts that Swami resides inside our heart and that our goal of life is to realize His divinity. Let's keep focus on that, brothers and sisters, and not get distracted by the various confusions and delusions that occur in our lives. And especially in the state of Karnataka, I do believe that we need to keep our focus very strongly. Dear brothers and sisters, in the Sathya Sai organization, I have always maintained that we are all here only for one purpose, and that is to improve ourselves. We have no business in even attempting to try and improve anybody else, because that's not our forte, that's not our task. This whole process of self-transformation is the only purpose why you are sitting there and I am with you. If we are convinced that this is our goal, then this can solve many, many problems. Many delusions, many illusions, many confusions can just vanish because we are focused. We are concentrating on one fact, that we are here to ensure that we develop a strong character, we experience the presence of divinity within, we hear the voice of conscience that talks to us from inside, and form the habit of putting that prompting into action, because that is dharma, and that alone can bring peace to us, and then only we can sacrifice, and then only we can love. I also maintain, brothers and sisters, that only happy people can make people happy. The true test as office bearers, where you and I are sitting, is to ask ourselves this question: are we really happy people, or we are confused? We may have one kind of a attitude outside, but inside our hearts we may be different. This dichotomy has to be removed, brothers and sisters. And once we remove this dichotomy and stay focused on the journey to realizing and experiencing divinity from within, then I think we are on the right path. This attitude will also help us to stay sanctified and stay protected from all kinds of illusions that divinity itself can create. Let us not forget that God can do anything. God can create an illusion of a kind which you and I may never realize and fall prey to. But if you are stuck in the center on your conviction, then you are on the right royal path of experiencing divinity. Today I am remembered of the famous bhajan of Kabir Das, when he used to say in the lines that do patan ke beech mein sabut raha na koi. There are two grinding stones, and as the grains are put in the center, and as the stone grinds, the grains have a tendency of moving away from the center. And the more the grains move away from the center, the more likelihood of its getting crushed very badly. So safety lies in ensuring that you remain in the center, because all the grains that remain in the center of the grinding stone are safe and they never get crushed. Therefore, in this churning of the world that we have, let's stay rooted to this one conviction, that the only job that we have is to realize inherent divinity. And in the process of experiencing this inherent divinity, we will plunge into the world, keeping focused on unconditional love and service to mankind. Dear brothers and sisters, it is often said that when you have a problem or the aircraft goes into a turbulent mode, the captain immediately raises the height of the aircraft and goes at a higher plane so that there is a perspective vision and the solution arises. You do not fight a problem face to face like a bullfight. Bullfights can always land up in the two bulls locking their horns with no decision and both collapsing. Whenever there is a problem, Swami has always told us, draw a larger line and the smaller line automatically vanishes. And I think this is what I would wish that the office bearers of the Karnataka organization focus on. Focus on the job. Do not get distracted. Having said this, this would require a tremendous amount of sadhana on the part of all office bearers. And as I have said at the beginning of the year also, I think it's very important for each one of us to ensure that we be focused on our personal sadhana. Because without personal sadhana, any seva that we do has no meaning, brothers and sisters. We need to ensure that our personal sadhana is sacrosanct. We speak softly. We speak lovingly. we speak the truth. And once we are convinced that we want to improve ourselves and not others, it's very easy to ensure that we do not speak evil of others or behind their backs. The ability to see Swami in every individual has to constantly increase every day for each one of us. Because it's only with that experience that you and I as office bearers will be able to create an aura around ourselves, which aura will help other people to transform by inspiration. Brothers and sisters, today is the time when that mandate and that announcement that Swami made, that there will be a time when I will give my darshan through you, is now a reality. In fact, the golden age of Swami begins with you and me today. Karnataka will change. The love of Swami will be so encompassing throughout the length and breadth of Karnataka that you'll be shocked and surprised that you could do this. I'm sure that day is not far. Let us ensure that we create inspirational role models of the essence of Sai message. We go out in the world with a tremendous strategy of outreach. We don't want to be worried about a situation or a B situation in Karnataka. We don't have to worry about what A trust is doing or B trust is doing. You and I are not concerned with this trust. Our focus is only Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. I must venture to say today on behalf of at great responsibility and onus, that is my perception and my belief, that Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba never was concerned with creation of any institutions or buildings. What he created in terms of the hospitals and the schools and universities were only examples for other people to emulate. But that was not the purpose of his mission. His purpose of his mission was you and I, and every individual in society. What we need to do is to embark upon the message of love and the action of love through Seva immediately, unhesitatingly. Let me share with you an example of what happened to me when I went to Chennai recently. After the Chennai floods, I had gone there for a felicitation function. And as I went to the felicitation function, in the beginning of the day that morning, I was taken to the Adiyar river, which was the source of the major chaos in Chennai. As I went through the Adiyar river and the jugis and the jumpis there, which were destroyed by the flood and were rehabilitated by our Sevadal, I went through an amazing experience, brothers and sisters. As I was going through that small little area which was affected by the floods, several people of various religions who were residing in that area came out to see who this person was and why he had come there. Along with me were our beautiful men and women donning their scarf of the Sevadal and walking with me. As I went through, and since they were with me, the people in the area thought that I must be an important man because I was with them. Because they did not know me, but they had known the Sevadal very well. So I was basking in the glory of the Sevadal. And as I spoke to them, as I went through them, because the Sevadal were respecting me, I got a lot of respect from the people. But as I was speaking to them, I realized that in the eyes of each one of them, the vision of the Sevadal walking with me was of divinity, was of great reverence and aura of great respect which they had for these Sevadal. And what did they do, brothers and sisters? While their own homes were in water, they were out there helping these people to come out of their villages, their homes, and helping them. This kind of supreme sacrifice was felt by each of those people who were affected by the floods. And in the evening when we were at Sundaram, the representative of those people, one Muslim lady who came and spoke and said that for us we have never seen Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, but these Sevadal are our gods, they are real gods. And I had tears in my eyes to realize that our Sevadal are not ordinary people. In fact, they are saints. They are people who have been just born and walk on the face of this earth to serve mankind, realizing that mankind is all bound in one story of love and divinity. That's the time when I realized, brothers and sisters, that the mandate which Bhagwan gave, that there will be a time when I will give my darshan through you, was manifested in front of me, and my hair stood on my hand, and I realized the humble feeling of what Bhagwan can do with each one of us. Dear brothers and sisters, let us